If elected judge, I will work tirelessly to promote fairness, efficiency, and justice in the Lawrence County courts. My name is Jonathan Miller, and I ask for your vote on May 20th for Lawrence County Common Pleas Judge.
We all know there's an advantage to being the home team, to playing at home. And at LGKG, we have been your home team for personal injury cases involving automobile accidents and workers' compensation claims for over 90 years. At LGKG, over 10,000 clients have trusted us to represent them. We know how to present your case to a Western Pennsylvania jury. We know what makes them tick. We know how to win.
We all know there's an advantage to playing at home, to being the home team. At LGKG, we've been your home team personal injury attorneys for auto accident and workers' compensation cases for over 90 years. We know what works and how to win. We have all the credentials. At LGKG, we don't take every case. We handpick our clients so that we can give you the attention you deserve.
Hi, my name's Ashley LAPIER, and we are inside the castle today with Janet Falotico. And I always don't know why I want to pronounce your name a little bit different. I have a hard time with names, as we've just discussed.
Don't worry about it. You're not the first.
Okay.
I'm sure you won't be the last. But I have a trick that I learned. It's pronounced like do, re, mi, fa, la, ti, co.
Oh, I love that. And
It's
you're
very sing-song.
and you're also in your past a singer, right?
I am. Still do a little bit.
Okay, very cool. What type of thing, like what type of songs do you usually sing?
Oh, I've sung, look, I've sung for so many years.
Yeah?
I've probably done every genre except heavy metal.
Okay.
And
yeah.
that's going to be my new goal in retirement when I'll go get some heavy metal music and see if I can learn some songs.
So tell us exactly what you do actually and what you're going to be retiring from.
My job now is, and I've been there for 27 years, is the executive director of Visit Lawrence County. I love where I work. I've been there 27 years. That's a long time. I'll probably won't make it to the 30 mark, but it'll be pretty close. And it's just been a joy. It's all things good about Lawrence County. And I'm able to go and express that to other people. I've been, I guess, called the cheerleader, if you will, because that's what we do. We praise our communities and tell all the things that are good in your community to other people.
And I know that you do this in several different ways. So tell us a little bit about the ways that you do get out to the communities and explain to people how we as Lawrence County are different.
Okay, I will. First of all, the main thing is we market the county. So we spend a lot of money in advertising. We build a visitor's guide. And in that visitor's guide, I like to think of it as the Bible for the county, as far as telling you what's here, what there is to do, what there is to see, where to stay, and all of that in a guide. Thankfully, we've gotten into an age now where we're also digital. So if someone went to visit lawrencecounty.com, you could get the digital version or order the print version. And that's been a long time coming. We used to be called Lawrence County Tourist Promotion Agency. When I first started, I thought we were a tourist agency where you would book travel, a travel agent. And I quickly learned that that wasn't it. So I think when I took over as director, we changed our name to Visit Lawrence County. And that is because that's what we want you to do. I think it makes it more simple.
Yeah, I really like that. And how often do you print, and I have one with me, your visitor's guide? I mean, I will say first off, this is definitely like the Bible for Lawrence County. And I'm not originally from Lawrence County, so when I moved here, getting one of these was so helpful in figuring out all the fun places to visit and kind of helped grow pride in where I live for me.
And don't think you're the only one. Even the residents find things in there that they never knew.
Yeah.
So it is something, it's a way of learning a little bit more about your community. Even a bucket list, you know? Bucket lists don't have to include going across the country or to other countries. You can bucket list in your own backyard.
You can do a staycation, essentially.
Staycation.
It's one of
Boy,
my
did we
favorite
learn
words,
that
yeah.
word, didn't we?
Definitely during COVID. Not as many things were open then, but it was during COVID that I even discovered, what was it? Ladies of the Duke.
Oh, yes.
And that was very much a treat for me.
They're a treasure.
And I still haven't been inside their actual building. I still just go and pick it up the way that they started with COVID, because it's so convenient just
We'll
to go
have to
up.
go.
Yeah, I would love that. That'd be
It's so
wonderful.
good.
That's, well,
But
let me tell you.
in answer to your question,
Yeah.
we print that once a year. We print about 50,000 copies. And by the end of the year, we don't have very many left, if we have any at all. So it goes out. We spend a lot of money and time getting brochure distribution units. We do the Ohio corridor, where you'll come down 70, I think it's 77, and across on 70. And then we do another shot of it in the Pittsburgh hotels. And then we're in every PA Welcome Center across the state. We're also in different brochure racks. We pay to have our brochure in other racks across. And this year we joined a new one that goes to group tours. and we're paying them to take our brochure. So the jury's still out on how that works. We're hoping it's a good success, but we hope that it'll encourage more group tours to come to our area.
Do you think that we have enough in this area for several days of visits?
Look, you don't have a podcast long enough.
To fill
For
out
us
all
to
the
tell
exciting
you.
things.
There is so much, and it just depends on what your interest is. And I will tell you, I'm not from here as well. So we cheerleaders tend to come as a transplant because we can see the beauty right off the bat. We didn't live here when it was booming and bustling, so we have a different impression. And I take that as a plus from our perspective. So you look at all the foods, and I've learned that people around here are very particular about their hot dog sauce, their
Oh,
chili
yeah.
sauce. They're very particular whether they like the Italian sauce. Should it be pink? Should it be sweet? Should it not be sweet? And they'll fight you over it.
Oh, I hear people all the time saying that they'll only do Pigley's or they'll only do Gallows. And that was a big difference for me whenever I got here, because I like all red sauces, quite honestly. But yes, there are little changes in between that
Yes.
people have a preference, and they
And-
become
and-
very loyal to
And
that
that's what
brand.
it's about.
Yeah.
Catering to all the needs, because we're so diverse in our community. So we can bring all these people together and let them find their sauce that they like and do it. We even have the Sunday Sauce Trail.
Tell me more about that. When was that created? And
Well, I think, oh gosh, I
It's a
think
great
it's been
idea.
a year.
Yeah.
And we have it called the Sunday Sauce, but it's not just for Sunday. So you can go to any of these Italian restaurants that are on there. By the way, if you want to know which restaurants are on there, you just have to get the guide or go to the website. It's listed in there, and everybody can participate, and you get a digital guide, and you check in at the different restaurants, and as you do it, you'll get a chance to sample all the different foods. And it's a whole year that it goes on and progresses. That's right.
Sunday Sauce Trail, I love this. There are several different venues in here.
And they're all different.
Yeah,
They really are.
absolutely.
We even put Valentino's cheese in there. So you can go get the homemade cheeses, and they're having some great sales right now for Easter.
That's what I understand. So I learned today, what's a big seller around Easter here is basket cheese.
Oh,
And I never
yes.
knew what that was until today.
Me either.
But it's almost like feta, but it's a little bit wetter, is what I understand. And it's very much considered like a base. And what people will do is they'll add other flavors to this cheese, which I didn't even know about until today.
Right.
And I've lived here for 5 years. So,
It's a treat. And they're open up on State Street. So anyone can go in. It's easy to find. And they do stay busy. And they take pre-orders. So we have that diversity all around us. You know, what kind of food do you like? We have it.
right.
We even have the new, what is it, Eurasian? Is that what it's being called, the resto?
Yeah,
my-
Asian fusion, I think.
Asian, yes,
Yes.
Asian fusion, that's what it is. So good.
Yes, it's
And
delicious.
even if you don't like sushi, they have food for everyone.
Yes.
And it's delicious.
They have a sushi roll called Surf and Turf, which, get this, is tempura shrimp.
I
So
love-
it's like fried shrimp, right, in a roll. And then on top of it, they fillet thin slices of steak over top of it. So you're getting that fish and the steak, and it's very delicious.
And I will tell you, every time I've been there, you're getting not only great food, because the food is prepared beautifully and it's so good, but you're getting an experience, and that's a big deal. So if you want to do something special, try it. Go and see them, try it. They're open most days. I believe they're open more than most restaurants.
Quite possibly. I know on the owner, and, one of the things that he said during opening is that it's about energy. And positive energy makes positive experiences, makes positive energy for the people that eat it.
Yes.
So he's very passionate about what he does. And if you haven't gone there to eat, it's definitely a treat. You may
Yes.
not go every day, but you absolutely could. You could. I could.
They're right downtown.
They're right downtown. But he said the inspiration for purchasing that building, which used to be a bank, and was John Wick movies. Like he said, and you know what? I totally understand that. You kind of get that John Wick feel. It's very like cosmopolitan, and just the architecture inside is stunning and unique.
It is.
And there's a lot of beautiful buildings in Lawrence County. And earlier you mentioned something about just it is an experience.
Yes.
And basically, what it sounds like is your job is all about promoting the experiences of Lawrence County.
100%.
Which is so cool. You know, and especially in a time now where we're seeing a lot less retail showing up in different parts of the country, and we're starting to see more experience options, you know, like the pickleball court that opened in Shenango, you
Yes.
know. I'm sure they're going to do really great there.
I think so too. I'm shocked that we haven't had one before this.
Right?
Because I believe it started somewhere up here in the Northeast. And the fact that we didn't have one surprised me. So, and I understand they're going to be even adding an outdoor court as they go on.
Yes, I really like that in the back of the building, and I'm not sure if you've been there yet, but they have garage doors that open up.
Yes.
So they'll be able to accommodate people from outside and inside to their little restaurant that they have there. It's not like a full restaurant, it's more like bar food,
Right.
wings and draft beer. But it's such a unique idea, and it's something that needed to be here. So I'm glad that the entrepreneurs found the right location and invested in this area.
And that, again, another reason that I just love where we live.
Absolutely.
We have so many different areas and little niche stores. You know, you can go into Volant or New Wilmington and see a whole different side of Lawrence County. And don't even get me started with the Amish, because the Amish we have the second largest old order Amish in Pennsylvania. That's huge. And I say old order because what that means is they do not live in a commercial lifestyle. And the things that you see that are in the stores, they are made from these Amish, not in China. They're not bought somewhere else. They are made here. I had a travel writer who we were taking around, and she's lifting things and looking underneath them. And I said, "What are you doing?" I think she was from England. And she said, she goes, "Well, I was in Lancaster, and everything I picked up was from China."
Wow.
I said, "Well, you won't find that here."
Right.
I said, "This is authentic, very authentic. As a matter of fact, if you speak Dutch or German, you can speak with them in their native language."
Wow.
So it's kind of cool because the international market really loves our Amish that we have here.
And you know what? The Amish take so much pride in their work. Their donuts are a big seller for them. They love
Have
selling
you had a
donuts.
donut?
Oh, of course I have.
Let me just say, the first time I ever had one of their donuts, people talked about it. I had no clue. And this huge, delicious donut. I think I'm still in a sugar coma. And this was many years ago.
Still recovering from it, right? You know, and that's another thing that could be, I see you have other tours here, but I'm almost like thinking the Tour de Donut, it should be a tour in itself in here. I see you have some other trails, the Burger Trail.
Burger Trail is so popular, and we've been doing that for probably 7 years. A lot of restaurants. We went digital, and we changed the way it was. It started on paper, where you would go to different restaurants and you could finish it within a year. And then there became so many restaurants, it was a little harder. So we do prize tiers. So you can win prizes according to where you go and how many places. And you don't have to finish the whole thing to get a prize. So if you're here for a day or two, you could eat a couple burgers and still get a prize. So that's one of the great things about the digital program.
So do all of the different trails, do all of them include a prize, or how does that work?
The Sunday Sauce and the Burger Trail do. The coffee club that we have, it's not a digital passport. It is an actual prepared passport that they take with them. You could pick them up at any of the little cute coffee shops. We have some great coffee shops.
Oh, we do.
And I always ask people, what was your favorite one to go to? And quite frankly, I've heard them all. They all love them. So you need to try the coffee thing. You can go around. And we have a promotion coming up. We did this last year where wherever the coffee shop was located, we would ask the students in that area, the young students, to color the sleeves that you hold the coffee, to keep
Oh,
it from hurting your
nice.
hands.
Yeah.
We bought a ton of them. We had them color them. And in that coffee shop, that school will have those in there. So each location will be according to their school kids.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And the parents love it.
Yeah.
And it helps people get out and try new things that they wouldn't do. I think that if we learned anything through the pandemic was we need to experiment and we need to try new things and, make sure you go places you've never been. You won't know until you try it.
Absolutely. Now, we've talked a lot about the trails, and I know that we have a lot of beautiful places here, but we also have a lot of really great events.
We do.
Where would somebody go to find out more about the events happening?
We like to think that we host the calendar of events website for the county. We accept any and every public event.
Is that free?
It's free. All you have to do is, if it's for the public,
Right.
it has to be open to the public. If it's a private event, we don't post
Sure,
that.
sure.
But every event that is open to the public, you can get on visitlawrencecounty.com and go to the events section. We also are on Facebook, and a lot of times you'll see through social media some of the things coming up. One of the things this weekend, Friday night, will be Chi-Town. The Chicago Transit Authority tribute band will be
fun.
up at the cathedral, up on the beautiful North Hill, and they will be having a nice concert at 7 o'clock. Tickets are still available. And then on Sunday, they're doing a soft open house. A new historic Masonic exhibit is being unveiled that day.
Oh, wow.
So people can come through and see. These exhibits cost money
yeah.
when you go anywhere. And I think they're asking a $5 donation, but if you don't have it, that's fine too. But it would help in keeping them moving along with it. And we hope someday to make that traveling exhibit so that it can go and share the history of the Masons all through the country, and then be housed here at our home.
And I've been in the Scottish Rite Cathedral is where Chi-Town and that is. And the history behind the Scottish Rite Cathedral, I believe that they started building it in 1923, but it actually was built by 1925. Does that sound about right?
Well, if you see the size of that building,
Yeah.
it wasn't an overnight success.
No, it's massive.
And actually, this 100th anniversary that they're having right now will kind of go over to June of next year as well.
Oh, fun.
So in June, we happen to have an anniversary dinner. There'll be a Renova quartet, string quartet that'll come in and play. There will be a program, a dinner, and then upstairs at 8 o'clock will be a show of chantors and the organ, the Mueller organ. They'll be playing that gorgeous organ. I don't know how many, if there are any others left in the world,
Yeah.
but I know we're one of the few that
Wow.
have that. And that will be played, as well as Pyrotechnica will be doing a laser light show. We've never had that in this community.
Is that going to be inside the building?
It's going to be inside the auditorium.
How cool is that?
Yes, now there are charges, and it will be open to where you could come just to the 30-minute concert, or you could do the whole evening. The day after, now that one would be Friday the 13th, I'm so sorry.
That's a little
I'm going
dangerous.
to take it as a lucky day.
Okay, yes.
And then Saturday of June 14th, we will have the cornerstone reveal. So in there is a time capsule that's inside the cathedral, and they will be opening that cornerstone and revealing the contents that were put in 100 years ago.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
as well as putting things back in, you know, like for another 100 years.
This is a jam-packed year for them.
Oh, it's one of the coolest things. And in one of the photos, there's a historic book about the Scottish Rite Cathedral. And in there, this woman is holding this cornerstone before they locked it in.
Oh, wow.
And funny enough, but we've talked with her grandson. He is coming to have a photo made of himself holding the same cornerstone that his grandmother held back in the day.
That's sweet.
And hopefully it will get inserted into the book, which will go into the time capsule.
That'll be so very neat.
I
It's
think
such
so.
a
I
nice
have
little
chills.
tradition. That's so cool. So, the Scottish Rite Cathedral, since 1925, has been the center location between Chicago and New York and the largest performance house
It had
between those.
it boasted the largest stage between New York and Chicago. I don't know that that figure still exists, but it hasn't gotten any smaller, so I'm just saying it's still one of the greatest stages that you can use. There is a major hope to get larger name entertainment back into the cathedral. I hear it all the time from people. They love the tribute bands that we're bringing in. They love the smaller things, but they also know that we all travel. We go to these other cities to see the bigger names.
Jerry Seinfeld performed on that stage, and I believe he's coming back to Pittsburgh and doing a performance on that stage
Look,
this year.
they've had Bill Cosby. I'm so sorry. That's just
No.
probably not a name that we should be
No,
bringing
it's
up
okay.
anymore. But in the day,
Then he was very popular.
Kenny Rogers,
Okay, wow.
Reba McEntire. There have been so many groups, so many names. Michael Feinstein, for those that appreciate Gershwin. So many groups have been there, and so many symphonies have played on that stage as well.
Wow.
So it's a gold mine, and they all say the same thing. They love that stage. The acoustics are phenomenal.
Well, and from what it sounds like, they have 2,800 seats in that auditorium. I mean, that's a large house.
Wouldn't you love to see that filled again?
I would love to see it filled, and maybe on Friday the 13th in June, we'll see that happen.
Let's do it. Let's start a campaign to
I
get
think we
all
need
the
to.
seats filled.
Because I just think how amazing will it be with the architecture that's already inside, filled with lights and having that light show. I mean, first off, Pyrotechnico is amazing with what they can do. They're a local business. They've done
One
the
of the
Super
best.
Bowl. Honestly, one of the
Yes.
best. And, you know, they do international stuff too, which is
They
pretty
win
impressive.
Awards.
Yeah.
International awards for their fireworks. And they have companies all over, but their home base is here. And they're just some of the nicest people you'll ever meet, too. They love their community.
And that's nice to hear. They hire within the community just as much as they hire outside whenever people,
Yes.
when it's hard to find people, they'll hire outside, clearly. You know, we talked about the food and how we have so many food options in town. That was a culture shock for me because being from originally Annapolis, Maryland, you see a lot of chains. And then coming here, it was like, should I try this restaurant or should I not?
Well, and let me give you a funny story because
Yeah.
I'm from the South. So when I came here, my first day after, we were going on a tour, and I, of course, it was called Discover Lawrence County, and there may be viewers out there that remember these tours. I took the tour, and Joanne, my boss at the time, said, "I've ordered your lunch." And I said, "What did you order me?" And she says, "Chicken salad." And I said, "Anything else?" And she said, "No." She goes, "It'll be enough." And I thought, gosh, I think I eat more than that. Now, where I come from, chicken salad was a little dish
Right.
of chicken with mayonnaise and whatever, and it was like a side dish. It wasn't a meal.
Right.
So imagine my eyes when I got to it was a short stop restaurant then in Volant. or New Wilmington. It might have been New Wilmington. And this big salad comes out with all these chicken and all these fries. I was in shock. I said, how am I going to eat all of this?
Right.
It was so wonderful. So now, when people come in and they're not from our area, I make sure I explain to them. I said, if you're looking for something that is unique of our area, you need to try the chicken or the steak salad. I said, it has fries on it. I go through the whole explanation because when you say chicken salad, they're not going to know what you mean.
Right, exactly, exactly. You know, there's so many places here that give you so much food, and right now we're in Lent season, right? So you gotta
Yes.
tell me, this is gonna be hard for you. And I might put you on the spot here, Janet.
Oh,
So
I
I
might not
won't do it
answer.
too much. I won't do it too much. So there are a lot of fish fries in the area.
I call it the fish crawl.
The fish crawl?
Yes, because Jenny and I, from my office, Jenny's the assistant director, we love Lent. When Lent comes, we start planning where we're eating on Wednesdays or Fridays and what we're going to try because they're all so good.
Are you Catholic?
I was.
Okay,
I was Catholic. I'm originally Baptist.
okay.
Baptist Southern girl, you know.
Yeah.
But and just to throw that back, I think that we all practice things in our own churches, our denominations, but the belief is the same.
Right.
So it's a matter of finding where do you fit and where can you express yourself best. So I'm not opposed to anybody's thing. I've been to every church imaginable.
And you'll celebrate every culture, right?
I
that-
will celebrate.
Especially whenever there's a good fish fry involved with it.
And those fish fries, we actually have them listed on our website.
Do you?
Where you can find them, yes. We
That's
blog
awesome.
about it even.
Oh, wow.
It's good. And as a matter of fact, you and I need to go to lunch. And I have not tried until recently. It was the American Legion
Oh,
downtown.
really?
So good.
Really?
Yes.
How big's the fish?
Oh, please.
Are we talking like small plate? We're talking big.
No,
full
these-
fish.
And I have yet to buy from any of our vendors that sell the churches or whatever. They are all huge.
Yeah.
They're not little tiny fish.
They give you a full meal. They don't want you to
they
leave
do.
hungry for
It's
sure.
so good.
It is
So-
delicious.
so
yeah,
let's
it's
make
on
it
our list. Yes,
pinky swear.
absolutely, absolutely.
Let's do it this Friday. Come join us
Come
out
and
there.
join us. We're going, what, say 1 o'clock?
Yeah, 1.
We'll do
What's
it at
worked for
1,
me.
yeah. So that's one fish fry, but how many do we see around here, Janet? I mean, you would know.
I think easily 15 I could think
Oh,
of
my
top of my head.
goodness, holy
It's
smokes.
not just the churches, it's not just the VFWs, but then you have your restaurants who participate.
Yeah,
And they're good too. So, some people prefer the beer battered. So you might go to Parkstown, and try that. And let me say, that's great. I've hit quite a few of them. So, and even the small bars, I've seen them have that as well. It's so worth doing, and it helps, especially the nonprofit ones. It really helps them, and you get happiness in a plate.
and I'll say, being from out of the state originally, this is not something I was familiar with whenever I got here. I was all excited about doing fish fries because it's, first off, I come from Annapolis, Maryland originally, and we get so much fish there that
Oh,
coming
yeah.
here, we don't really have a lot of fish on the menu. So having this time of the year is always a happy time for me.
I didn't think about that. You're right.
Yep, I'm a fish girl. I'm all the way. I love my seafood.
Well, do you know that we have the best trout fishing in Lawrence County?
We do.
People come from all over. Neshannock, Neshannock Creek, but it's, Valant gets a ton of people, whether it be from Canada or just up in the Erie, Buffalo area. They come there. It's great trout fishing. Fly fishing is huge, and we even have a new, what do you call it? Someone who teaches you to fly fish, an instructor or a guide.
Sure.
So that's a new thing that's just been added.
That's really cool. I know that we have a lot of fishing. I also understand that we have quite a few waterfalls in the area.
We do. I believe it's 6. And there's some that are unknown, people don't even realize we have. But in our guide, you can find all those waterfalls listed and where to find them. They're beautiful. McConnell's Mill has several. There is Quaker Falls. Now they've just built a new platform where you can actually walk out. Kind of reminds me of the table in front of us. You can walk out there and really see and view the waterfalls.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I always like going into our nature here because we have so many beautiful parks and national parks, and it's just stunning to see everything we're like our little own domain of city and nature, and it's just so cool that everything is like 15 to 30 minutes from where we are to experience that.
We have all the amenities of the fast-paced life should you want it. You know, because I like our pace. It's nice. I drive home and it takes me just minutes, no traffic, I like that. But if you want traffic, if you want bigger something else, you're just minutes away.
Yeah.
You can hop on any freeway. We're so accessible. If I recall, the statistic was we were within half of the United States eastern population within 500 miles of all of it.
Wow.
So that's a huge statistic. So our location is good.
We are in a great location for sure, and there's so much history for this town of the booming times, and then you hear the stories about all the Italian settlers. Pretty much, we have so many Italians here.
We do. We have the largest Italian. I don't know.
Population?
But population. I was going to say settlement, but population, yes.
Okay.
In the state of Pennsylvania.
Wow.
We just found out this cute little tidbit the other day. So we have not known that long.
Really?
Yes.
That's amazing. It's so, first off, the Italians are very hospitable to begin with.
Oh, everybody here is.
Yeah.
You know, being from the South, I expect hospitality. I want people to go out of their way. I want you to make me feel welcome. And so when I meet people, I try to do that for them. And I think you kind of pass it on. It's kind of like getting that coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. Say you're getting it going through the drive-through, and somebody in front pays for you. And you're like, oh, I got to pay that forward. So I think our good deeds will also be paid forward. As we do it, it will make people feel more like doing better, We have to strive to be better people and to be welcoming and hospitable.
Absolutely. And this town has been very hospitable to us, and,
I'm glad.
It's a hug. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So.
That's exactly what it should be.
Yeah.
You should feel like you're welcomed and wanted. We want people to move here.
And honestly, there's so many beautiful houses here. Our house is from 1925 too, so we're celebrating our 100 years in the house. Only 5. But one of the other things that I really loved about this particular guide is that if people wanted to make a full day of touring to see all the historic buildings, you guys have a full a full page dedicated to what they could do to see the Amish, what they could do to go see all the historic homes.
Right.
It's very.
And I'm not sure if you know, but our historic North Hill in Newcastle is the 3rd largest historic district in the state of Pennsylvania.
No, I didn't know
It's
that.
a big deal. And of course, we mentioned that that's where the cathedral sits, but these beautiful Victorian mansions are there. And a goal has been, and I haven't achieved this goal, I've been on it for the last year or so, I would like to be able to have a digital walkthrough where we could set it up where on a QR code, and you could pull up to the house and hear all the information about that house, because you can't obviously go in every home.
Right.
But you can go into the Historical Society, well worth going to. They have so many wonderful exhibits in there as well, but the history itself, you learn a lot. The cathedral does tours, even not on open house day, they do other tours.
They do ghost tours, from what
They
I understand,
do ghost tours.
I like the ghost tours. That's a big thing for me.
People do.
Yeah.
They're even calling, I saw where someone was asking about private investigations.
Wow.
And I've heard there is a little boy that runs around.
So about the little cars and the elevator or something like that? That's a pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I have not seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
And I would probably be afraid, but
When
I
you
would
see
like to
it,
have
yeah.
the experience.
Right.
And you know, speaking of haunted, we have Haunted Hillview Manor.
Oh, I'm very familiar with them.
That has been on so many sci-fi shows. Ozzy Osbourne's and Jack.
Yeah, he
Jack
came.
Osbourne did a show there.
And you know what? Everybody who comes there is really amazed by that particular building. They say it's probably the most active
Yes.
that they see in a while. And I mean, if you've seen their shows, they go to a lot of different places. For them to pinpoint us specifically and say that there is very active energy here
Yes.
is pretty cool.
It is.
And we have a lot of people come internationally, nationally, just to come see that area. I think it's one of the top producers for tourism.
They fly across the country to do these things in different states. And, you know, make it even a girls' trip. I've seen 4 girls do that before. So it depends on what you want. But if you're getting into that Halloween time, we also have the nice spookiness.
Right.
So you might go to a Fright Farm at Cheeseman's, or you might go to Irons Mill Farmstead, which is a totally opposite and has a more, oh gosh.
Festive fall kind of
Yeah, fall
feel.
aspect. It doesn't have the
Yeah.
spookiness to it, but it has the fun. So you can choose which way you go. And we have so many things people can do here for free. First of all the hiking, you know, the different places you can go birding.
The
Stavich.
bike trail.
Stavich Bicycle Trail. It's the only trail that's paved, 12 miles, goes between 3 townships, and 2 states.
That's amazing. I need to do this bike trail.
And we manage, I say we, me and the mouse in my pocket, the county manages the trail on our side. So it's kept up very well.
This is such a wonderful thing to have in every home in Lawrence County. If you don't know what to do that weekend and you don't want to drive an hour to investigate Pittsburgh or an hour and some for Cleveland, you can find something great in your own backyard with this Lawrence County guidebook.
I almost can promise you, you will find something you didn't know.
For sure. I mean, every year I get this, and it's always showing me something different. The photos are beautiful. The feel is very high quality of these books. We've mentioned this in our own office at the chamber recently, how we just
Thank you.
love this book.
You know, we also put coupons in there this year.
You did?
You can get them on our website as well, but if you have that, you can use the coupons that are in there.
Very cool.
So there are those that like to clip.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt to do that because there's so many savings in here. There's a page and a half of savings in here.
We added a birding section. We added a sacred spaces section. It's something different because we found out about them and how many people are using them. So we thought, why not?
Now, one of the videos that I saw you guys do this year was for Mines and Meadows.
Oh,
This is
what a
some
treasure.
gem that isn't really discussed around the locals, I feel.
Well, and they're always busy.
Yeah.
They're always busy. And every travel influencer writer that we get wants to go there because it's not anywhere else.
So tell us what that is.
Mines and Meadows is located in Wampum, and it is in Lawrence County. Yay.
Yes.
And you take ATVs. Now, they are becoming rentals so that you can rent if you want, and they're getting cabins, more and more cabins where you can stay over. But you can bring your own ATV in, and they have games too, you know, like days where they'll do throwdown and different things, events for different things. But you go through the mines. There is no other place like it.
That is so cool.
Very cool. And they're terrific people out there, so if you have questions, they'll help you along with it. But they will rent to you as well as let you bring your own, and it's constantly being used.
I saw last time I was there that they even have campgrounds for people.
Yes, and they're building the cabins. That's just kind of starting, but I'm so excited.
Me
I said,
too.
I love that they're offering, because people need a place to stay. And if they don't stay in our hotels they might just be campers. And we have beautiful Rose Point, Park Campground. It's one of the best, I think, family campgrounds. But it's a distance away, so they might want to stay a little closer. And they like to camp out. So they're making that affordable for everyone out there.
And that can also be a staycation in itself.
Oh.
Get out of the house and just go up the road. And there's so many bed and breakfasts in the area too that are stunning. Lodge at Water's Edge, what a gorgeous place to go.
I was just there. They had an open house. They've done so many things to it. It's even better. I didn't think it could keep getting better, but it does.
I did a women's retreat there last year.
Yes.
And it was just amazing. It's very much, the location is focused on healing and personal health. And it's just, we did, if you're not familiar with it, they did sound bowls, which is very much a meditation concept. They do a lot of yoga there. And it was just so refreshing.
Do you know the newest trend that's coming out for our traveler is to have that restful retreat? Even the hotels are getting in line and making it more calming for sleep, even their bedding, everything. And you feel that peace when you're at the lodge
For
at
sure.
Water's Edge.
For sure. It's just beautiful, listening to the water. If you haven't gone there, you really should go to one of these open houses. Great venue for an intimate wedding
Oh, yes.
party. It's really a gorgeous place, even in the wintertime. I was there in the winter, and it was all snowed in, and it just felt so cozy when we were there.
Gwen's
wonderful.
Yes, she is so great and accommodating. Good people. And I also suggest if you have someone coming in the area who would like someplace to stay that's unique, that's one of them.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you another unique
Please.
one is the Stonecastle Abbey.
That is a very new product here in the area.
It is.
And it's really quite interesting. It's over the top, I'll put it that way.
It is way over the top. So are the owners.
Yes.
I love them. And they're so much fun, and you really see their personalities if you go through the different areas. I had my annual meeting there and loved it. The food was phenomenal. We have great catering. Again, back to the food.
Yes. It's Lawrence County. You
It's
can't go wrong with food here.
No.
If you found a bad place to eat, let me tell you, you need to try someplace else, because there are so many great places to eat. And honestly, I can't believe you found a bad place to eat for your first try in Lawrence County.
I agree. I agree. It's always good. And so they have so many things that you can see, but their bedrooms are just spectacular.
Yes. They're actually each themed to a different country's royalty.
Yes, very royal.
Yes, and the tile work that they did in the bathrooms is very unique to each room. It is a beautiful piece of property, and also a great venue for weddings. Like you said, you had a
Yes.
big, I think they can accommodate up to 250 people comfortably for that.
And they're still growing.
Yes.
Like we said at the lodge at Water's Edge is still growing. They're still building and adding on. One of the things, you can't rush success. You have to take it at your level, at your time, and be the best you can at whatever level that might be. And they're doing that.
But another very important aspect to our success as a county depends on the local citizens to also share the good words about what we have here that is unique.
I've been so pushing for everyone to be the best ambassador. I've tried to come up with ideas of what would be that best ambassador program to start, because we need to share and pay it forward.
Yes.
We need to share the good word. We need to remind ourselves that we are exactly what we say we are. And if we say we're not good, that is what we will be. You have to remember to find the good and expand on it. And we make it better, and you will be. Words are everything. You think your words don't matter, but they matter so much. So it's not just me, that's my job, but I would do it, I guarantee you, whether I was paid for it or not. I love my community. Love.
And I love Lawrence County too. There's
Yes.
so much wonderful things happening just in our midst right now. So many great celebrations taking place. And hopefully you, as the viewer, will want to go out and get one of these booklets, check out the website, and also invest your time here locally. Give back to the small businesses in this area because they depend on you.
And let me also bring up the summer concerts that we have.
Yes.
We not only have those in Newcastle, we have them in New Wilmington, and then we have them at Pearson Park, and we have Wander Elwood, which is, pardon me, which is just a great thing. It's all the communities come in and they celebrate, and the vendors. It's well worth it. We have so many good communities. It's important that we support them and be there for them.
Absolutely. We need to go to all these different events. All the music is so nice, and it's free.
And I've often said, if you're bored here, it is your own
Own
fault.
fault, for sure.
Because there is so much to do. I can't do it all.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, listen, Janet, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Yeah, thank
We
you.
really enjoyed having you, and hopefully you'll come back and tell us some more wonderful things about Lawrence County in the future.
I don't think we're done.
I don't think, and it's always growing, and that's the fun thing.
Yes.
But if you are a viewer who has events coming up, please make sure to send an email over to visit Lawrence County's website and get more engaged with your community.
Yes.
There's so much to do here. But thank you for watching Inside the Castle, and have a great day.
If elected judge, I will work tirelessly to promote fairness, efficiency, and justice in the Lawrence County courts. My name is Jonathan Miller, and I ask for your vote on May 20th for Lawrence County Common Pleas Judge.